Okay.
Okay, actual recording. We are recording.
Okay.
And we're going to see if...
Let's see if it's both of us. I see. No, I see your recording from last week. I was like, oh, I see you. That's not it.
Oh, guess what?
What?
The link that is in Facebook right now is not the link that would have
worked for anybody to see it.
Angie,
What?
we're live.
Hi. Hi.
Oh my God. We did it. Holy shit. Okay. Oh my God.
Where do you see it?
I see
okay.
It's in the live studio. Okay, so it's a delay. It's a serious delay. But
Send me the link.
We are live. Let's see. And it's totally okay. Let me squint my eyes here.
I found it.
You found it? Okay, we're live. Oh my God. Okay, we're live.
Becky,
I'm going to try to calm down.
You did it. Now.
So now I know what it was. It was that one toggle. Don't question the toggle. No, question the toggle.
Question the toggle. You kept skipping it. So let me let's share this out. Hello. While we do that and we get started, do you know what I'm going to do? Because I can, and I like bells and whistles, and I like toys and stuff.
Yeah. Let's get this out. Let me share this link.
Okay.
And then I can edit.
Are you hearing that through your speaker?
I can hear it.
Okay.
I sure can.
All right.
So I'm going to put in a different... There we go. And
all right. Let me find it here. Like at this point, we sound really legit.
We totally sound legit.
I love it.
Okay.
All right, let's see here. They are live. Look at us. We did it. I am also going to put it on out there so people can find it as well. I like our music.
I do too.
Yeah.
It's very happy. Oh my gosh. So I'm sharing it on Facebook.
Oh, I gotta mute this over here. And mute this
okay.
one.
I updated the, oh my gosh. I updated the.
Make sure you mute any of your other ones that are open.
I don't have anything else that's open. That I know of. Let's see.
And mute. All right. If anybody's joining us, welcome. We're getting all the technical difficulties taken care of right now. Our first time going live. Join us live now. All right, I'm going to bring the music down a little bit, Becky. And let's see what we've got. Congratulations, Becky, you did it.
Third time's a charm, right?
Yeah, let's see how many. Oh, I see in the chat. We've got chat going on. The chat is in YouTube Studio coming through. Mr. Jake Nolan says, now it's working. That darn toggle. That darn toggle. And catchy tune.
I see. We have chat. I see Jake Nolan is in there. Yes. And there is quite the delay. Yes. Even though I checked no delay.
Well.
But those darn toggles get me every time.
You sure you checked the right toggle for that?
It was literally no toggle. It was either you checked, there was no toggle, or you checked 30 seconds or 1 minute.
Oh
30
my
seconds
gosh.
seems like a really long time. That's a long time when you're waiting for an answer.
Yes, it does. I am. I'm typing in the chat as my personal name. Let's see. Welcome, 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 Becky. We did it. We're first live. Let me go ahead and turn the music down, off.
I feel so proud of us.
All right, we did it. We did it. We didn't give up either. Oh my gosh. I got to find out where that's at again. The reel that I'm uploading today is always keep trying. Always keep trying. So look at that. You did it.
I did it. I did it. Third time's the charm. That was fantastic.
Well, for those that don't know us and wondering if you're just jumping on, my name is Angie.
And I'm Becky. And this is Real Talk.
Real Talk with Becky and Angie. We did it.
We did it. Angie loves being live. She does a lot of she does her clothes and things live, loves lives. She's done lives on Facebook. I think you did live Facebooks before live Facebooks were cool. You've done them forever. I have dabbled in the live arena, and I decided, you got to do something every day that makes you a little bit scared. And so here we are.
Yeah. And you did it.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't say I asked Becky for support on doing the live for this, because the lives that I do on other platforms, I didn't want to get everything jumbled up in my head. So Becky, now this one's yours. So you can help support us on this one. And if you need Riverside, any of the other platforms, I totally got it. So yeah, like you were saying, I love doing lives. I prefer to do lives over recorded all the time. I don't know why, but I just feel more comfortable doing lives. And we don't have to edit afterwards either.
No, that is literally, Angie, let's do it.
That was easy.
Yeah, that's the easy button.
Yay, I didn't know you had the easy button. That is awesome. That is so awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Why make it more difficult? Because do you have extra time for all the editing?
I have oodles and oodles of time. No.
But I give us credit. I don't know that we're going to do lives all the time, although I wouldn't mind. But we've learned so much in the way of technology. I know in the last year, for the last year, ever since I started doing Poshmark live shows, learning that platform. And then we started our podcast in January. You realize it's August already?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And we have like 33 episodes or something. We've got a good bank of episodes.
We do. We stayed consistent. The only time we dropped off a little bit was when you were doing 29029.
And you were doing your marathon.
Yeah. So we are back, and we want to do more. And it'd be fun if we had people that wanted to jump on and chat with us. So we kind of had some technical difficulties getting started. I'm looking to see if how many people are in the chat, so we can make sure we don't ignore everyone. Thank you for jumping on. Thank you for being here with us live. Again, my name is Angie, and my dear friend, bestie, Becky. We do this podcast. We have an episode and a couple of shorts every week, and it's real talk and mostly about inspiring others and what's going on in our world. So for me, this topic, it's really funny. It's funny that we have a situation of technology today, because technology has been top of mind for me. So I think I kind of brought the energy. Sorry.
You give us an opportunity to elaborate on the topic. Thank you.
You're very welcome. So let me tell you.
It's the extra touch.
It's the extra touch. I'm so told you. I told you. Wait, so, you know what? There's like this. Watch. Let's see. There's a. Oh my gosh, where is it? Wait for it, because there's a delay. It's not doing it. There's all these kind of.
Is there like a twinkle or something that you can do?
It's just not working right now. Yes, it has little sound effects. We'll get better. We'll get better at that. I don't know why it's not playing the ones that are the canned ones. Ours worked though. So there's there's this thing called volume that you have to use too.
Oh, that does work. That toggle. You didn't do that toggle. Oh my gosh. Okay. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Anyway, so yes, technology. However, had we not put time in, I'm going to speak for myself. Had we not, me, myself, and I, put time in over the years of learning technology, there's no way we could be what we're doing today.
Oh, definitely.
Like, imagine. So, what is your biggest takeaway on technology since we've been doing this podcast? Just the podcast alone.
Okay, I'm going to do my best to answer it in short. So I use Camtasia. I know you use a different software to edit. And prior to doing this podcast, my Camtasia were really just for my online courses. So they were really kind of simple. Getting a little bit sophisticated with the little words inside and the little sound effects. It's been really fun, and I feel like it encourages my creativity juices. And like I'll be out and about and I'm like, God, this is where a laugh reel would be really good, or boing, and add little sound effects. So it's been really fun, and I get creative. And now I look at like my old online course videos. I'm like, oh, that really needs some sprucing up. That needs like a touch of extra. And so now I can't imagine doing an online course and making recordings and have them just be ordinary. They're going to have all the bells and whistles, because it's just been fun. I think overall, learning to just upload to YouTube and be friendly, a lot of it is very user friendly.
Mhm.
And yet at the same time, like when we took that month off, and I can, after having that break, coming back, there was this, oh, how did I do that? How did I set up that? And so there was kind of a little bit of relearning again, getting back at it.
Even if after a month, I agree with that. It shows you how quickly we can lose things, like lose our skills if we're not staying with it. It's like even exercise or, whatever that skill is, take a month off, you're going to feel it. And I did the same thing. So I use Adobe Premiere Pro for most of my editing, and I use Rush for short stuff like the shorts, which is an Adobe part of the Adobe suite. Even after a month, like I remember sitting there and Jake walked by and said, okay, so I get to teach myself Premiere Pro all over again. Like it just wasn't, it took a little bit to get back into it. Then once just like, people say it's like riding a bicycle, but most people probably couldn't still ride a bicycle today, but it did come back pretty easy. So,
well, and that was just a month. Imagine just being out of it for 3 months, 2 months, a year, and technology is advancing so quickly that if you're not on top of it, you can totally lose out, and the learning curve becomes even
what if
bigger.
you never started to begin with?
Yeah.
That's what I think about is like the resisting of technology. Okay, so I recently had an experience. I'm going to share you real quick. I was out in Chico, went to Chico earlier this month, and I opted to rent an EV electric vehicle, not a hybrid, but an electric vehicle.
It was fully electric.
Fully electric.
Okay. What kind of car was it? Because my programmer brain wants to know.
It was a Kia Niro.
Okay.
Kia Niro, I think is what it is. It could be wrong. It was a Kia though. Kind of like a little crossover. Cute car, fun to drive. Would have been really spectacular had the rental car place filled it completely or charged it completely before they gave it to me, but I didn't even know how to check. I didn't even bother checking. I'm like assuming, again, here's me assuming someone was going to do the right thing, give me a car that's fully charged. I mean, if I can look at a gas gauge, I should have done myself here. I could have taken the opportunity to see if it was fully charged, but I didn't. I'm like, ooh, I want to, let's go, and just took off. Well, from Sacramento Airport to Chico is about 70 miles-ish to my parents' house. And when I pulled onto their street, it said I had like 50 miles left. And that vehicle has a 253-mile range. So for like 2 days, I was having this like, how am I going to, I got to charge this vehicle now, because I should have been able to get all the way back, drove, all the whole thing. Oh, Becky, it was a disaster. It was a disaster. I ended up finding a place to charge it. I took my parents with me. My dad's 90, my mom's 80. I'm plugging the vehicle in. I'm doing all the stuff. My mom's leaning out the window going, excuse me, to random strangers. Excuse me. Can you help us? And if you know me, I am extremely independent. And I'm like, shut the front door. Like, I'm taking you home, Dad. We're going to go home. You're going to bring me
Oh
back
my
here.
gosh.
You're
Oh
going to,
my
I'm going to,
gosh.
when we plugged the car in, it took at the supercharger, it took almost 6 hours to get me enough to, I mean, it was over more, but to get filled up to be able to get back to
A
Sacramento.
supercharger took 6 hours?
Yes, 6 hours. There's
Well,
this
well,
bank
what's a
of Teslas.
non-supercharger? Jeez.
I know. I don't know. I even found there's like an app. So I found this charger that was close to my parents' house, and it's at somebody's business, probably a private business out in the open. I'm like, ooh, I'm just going to go plug into that because it was close to their house. I'm like, I'm going to
Mhm.
use that one. And then I got a notification that they were basically cutting me off. It was like 6 o'clock at night, and they were like, no, you cannot use our charger. Well, I was like, don't be on the app. Anyway, all that to say is that watching my parents, my dad gets on the phone. He's calling a friend that has a Tesla, one of the original Teslas that has free charging and it charges like lightning fast. He's like, how do we do this thing? I'm like, I want you to leave me alone right now. So anyway, that was my experience with electric vehicle. Although I loved the car, I absolutely loved driving the car. It was fun. It had everything. And now the reason I did it is because I wanted to be able to have an educated conversation about what it's like to drive an electric vehicle, what the experience is like, and what it's like to charge it. And I can tell you that part sucked. So that's what came
Why? Why?
because of the time. Who has time for that? And you've got to find the specific charger. Now, like I said, there's
Yeah.
a bank of probably 12 Tesla chargers and 2 for all others, EV
And
chargers.
can you obviously I don't have an electric car. If you have a non-Tesla car, can you charge at a Tesla charging station? Is there some kind of an adapter or something?
Supposedly some you can, but these said in big bold letters, Tesla only. And as I'm
Oh.
driving by in my Kia, I could see them mean mugging me.
Don't you dare stop here.
Like, nothing to see here, nothing to see here. What I
Yeah.
didn't see that the little tiny, well, they were the ones before the bank of Teslas. Tesla's got the market, definitely. And I I don't know. I had fun driving the car. There has to be a better solution. I got on the app. I went on chat boards. I spent way more time than should have been necessary to find out how to charge the vehicle. Then when I got back to the airport, I was going to let them, we're going to have a conversation about it. Except there was 20 people deep in the line, and I thought, oh, it's not worth it at this point. I wanted to be able to have this experience, and I did, and I will learn. So anyone who decides they want to, because it would have made sense. It only cost me $5 to charge it. So
Do
if
you have to pay to charge?
if over 2 hours, first 2
Oh,
hours are free, and then it was like $1.25 or something like that an hour. So I think it was like less than $5, but it wasn't a tank of gas in California. I can tell you
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So if somebody wants to rent an electric vehicle, I'm all for it. Just please make sure you check how much battery life you have, I guess, before you leave. And that was my takeaway. But
Yeah.
that's the reason why I do things. A lot of times I do things because I'm like, I know how to do that now because I tried it. I wasn't afraid to try it.
Yeah.
When you were poking around and all that stuff trying to get started, you didn't really break anything. The world didn't come to an end, right?
When I was poking around trying to go through the
Yeah.
technology to get us to go live on YouTube. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And by the way, there was just one toggle that needed to be untoggled. That's how I finally figured it out after three attempts. Well, 2 attempts, and then I'm like, wait, maybe I'll untoggle the toggle. That's how we got on.
Third time's the charm.
Well, I think so. That's a really good point, Angie. Is that I didn't break anything. You didn't break anything, and I think that's some people's fear with technology is I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to break it. I don't want to do something wrong. And so, I mean, most things you can undo. Most things. Depends how much money you want to spend on having to get a new computer or something. But most things you can undo if you just try, or you just Google it or YouTube it. Thank you, YouTube, by the way.
Thank you, YouTube. Exactly. And I think that's a
Yeah.
lot of, you can't really break it. And most things can be fixed. And I mean, unless you do what I almost did and deleted about 5,000 photos off my hard drive, that's fatal. But other than that, I mean, you keep trying and you keep learning and layering it on. And once now I feel I can drive, it sounds silly, I can drive an electric vehicle without any problem. I will feel like I know what I'm doing. That was a big step for me. Now, as far as like the podcast and everything that we've done this year and the lives I've done and now, okay, I don't know if we've officially announced it on our podcast, but I'm Amazon Live now. Amazon influencer
Yay!
doing Amazon
Yes.
Lives. That is and it's fun. I love lives, like you said. So, but it's a lot of technology. Had I not taken the baby steps to do all of the things along the way, I would have been like, I'm out, or never even attempted it. And that limits the things to me, the opportunities we have in life, even jobs.
Yeah, I agree. The gap just gets wider and wider and wider. Because I mean that's the road we're going. It's like we've been going there a long time, and the gap can be bigger and bigger if you just go, oh, I don't want to learn that. I remember when I was this is an abstract comparison, but I'm going to say it anyways. I remember when I was like 19 years old, and I just read the most recent People magazine, and I was talking to someone who was like 40, 50, old. And I said, oh my gosh, so-and-so just got married or something. I don't remember what it was. And they're like, I don't even know who that is. And I thought to myself, I will never not know who popular actors are. And like, I would never be out of touch. Well, first off, now I don't even know who popular actors are. And I honestly don't care that I don't know. But it's kind of like transfers over to technology. I want to be on top of it. I want to know what's going on because I don't want to get left behind. That as the more you get left behind, like you said, the bigger the gap is, and it's harder and harder to catch up. But then there's some things like I'm not a Snapchat user. My son will send me videos through Snapchat or messages. He'll have to tell me, Mom, check Snapchat. He'll send me a text. I'm like,
Oh
can
my
you just
gosh.
text it to me? No, Mom, the
Yeah.
videos go better in Snapchat. So I do have a line. Like I don't need to learn how to use Snapchat. I'm still
No,
learning how to use Instagram.
I drew the line on there was Snapchat and then there's instant messenger. DMs through Instagram, and there's Facebook Messenger, and there's texts, and there's phone calls.
Oh, that's right. There are phone
There are
calls.
phone
You can
calls.
still
Yeah,
do
that's
that.
still
Yeah.
a thing. My dad's good at those. My dad has that. There's so many things, but you know what made me think about when you said that knowing all of the popular, say, like pop culture stuff. I have nothing against that, except that if you only have a limited capacity of the things that you can take in and where you're putting your time, if that's your priority, that's your priority. Wanting to be up on pop culture, technology doesn't interest you. But when it comes time that you need it, you're not going to have it. So, what is useful? Is pop culture fun? The Real Housewives of X, Y, and Z, great. If you can't use a computer or you can't charge an electric vehicle, can't download an app, you can't do the basic things, there's going to be a problem down the road. That's how I see it. And I see our generation. So we're both 56 now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we are.
I would venture to say that, we have chat. We have chat. I would venture to say that there are some people, and I don't have glasses, that we graduated with that aren't up with technology. Like, and no judgment. This is not a judgment. It's just, to me, it's foreign, because it's like my second nature. It's what I do. I need glasses to be able to read the chat. It says, oh, Jake said that's the laugh track from Happy Days. Well, let's check that again, Jake. Let's listen to that again. And then just in case, let's see.
And it looks like we have 8 people watching right now.
Oh, please, if you're watching us right now, if you're live, we're cheering for you. Thank you so much.
And comment in the chat.
Yes, comment in the chat.
Say hello. Even if you just say hello, give us a heart. Give us a thumbs up. Give us something.
Give us something. Jake said, a true promoter would want to know what color it
Oh,
was
yeah, I
too.
know. I know. I asked what what kind of car it was, and the electric vehicle that Angie rented, and I saw Jake put that a real promoter would want to know the color, and I'm like, dang, I'm not a real promoter. I'm not a real boy. I'm not a real boy.
Oh
Well,
my goodness.
so keeping up with technology is like learning a new language, and it's a great exercise for your brain, and putting yourself in situations where you get to learn something new, it really keeps us young, it keeps us vibrant, and it keeps those uh if I could remember the word the neurons firing, it keeps them
Oh
firing,
yeah.
and then you can pull up the information more quickly.
Yes.
I think it's exciting. You know what I love? When I'm in a situation and I'm trying to learn how to do the tech, I use Entreport for all my emails and landing pages and membership and all that. And in Entreport, sometimes I'll be like creating something and I'm like, shoot, I just can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. And their tech support is really, really good. What happens is I'll walk away from it and then I'll be doing something completely different. And all of a sudden, poof, I have the idea of that's how I can fix it. And then I go in and I fix it. So it's like, it's so exciting and so rewarding when I get the answer and I go in and I do it. And I'm like, it worked, nailed it, worked. And I feel so proud of myself.
You do. It's a really good feeling. You didn't give up. You just kind of step away, take a break. I remember when I started doing the Poshmark live shows, the technology was very shaky, and it was very frustrating at the beginning. But there was one time all the shows went down. I don't know if you were watching that live or not, Becky, but all the shows went down.
Yeah, you just froze. Yes.
Froze.
Hmm.
But you guys could hear there's two times. One, I just froze, and one the screen went black, but everybody could hear me. So somebody had texted me real text on my phone and said, "We can hear you, share your story."
Mm.
So I just started sharing my story, and all the other poor other hosts. I mean, I felt for them, because what I heard later is their people are going, "This thing doesn't work." It cussing and having fits and temper tantrums, and their guests were listening to it. I just hung out, told my story, and then we were back. So I was the same thing. Just go with it. It's gonna
Pivot.
it's gonna
Yeah.
fail. There's gonna be things that happen,
Mhm.
and we get through it. Okay, who besides Jake Noland is here watching us? We would love, love, love. Where are you today in the world? And where are you seeing, Becky, that you can see how many people are here? 3 watching now.
So in the studio. So I'm in the YouTube studio.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you can open it as well. You would go to YouTube and then click. I don't even know how I got here, and I don't want to click out of it. So
So you're seeing where it says 3 watching now, shared stream.
I'm seeing it says 9 views, 3 current viewers. Yes. At one point, we had 4 viewers on at the same time.
Oh my goodness. Well, for those that have joined us, this was our first attempt. It wasn't even an attempt. This was our first successful live stream. And Becky, we've talked about this before. We don't really talk other than when we get on our podcasts. So you said something about a big bug or a bug that I don't know. What do you want to share that story now, or do we
Oh,
have to wait for the call?
okay. Well, in closing, I'll share my bug story. So I drove across Nevada in the middle of July, and I was by myself. And I was reading this book, and or listening to this book, and I was really intently driving. And so if you have not been on 80 in Nevada, I highly recommend it. It's 80 miles an hour is the speed limit.
Oh,
So
fun.
I was going 3 digits, and quite comfortably, to be honest. And
Can I ask how many 3 digits?
100. One time I would look down, I was going 104.
Oh, fun.
So, but it's like riding my car's like riding a couch, I'm like riding down the freeway with a couch. It's so comfy. So I see on the side of the road, like it looked like somebody, the big redwood bark that people have in their yards, that big redwood bark.
Uh-huh.
It looked like it was sprinkled on the side of the road for miles and miles and miles. And I'm looking and I'm like, that bark is moving. And then it would come up and splatter and hit my windshield.
No.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I think
I
those are
should have asked.
bugs. Those are bugs. And I'm like, okay, first off, I don't like bugs. I do my very best to avoid bugs. So then I I'm now in the middle of kind of nowhere and I need to get gas. And I didn't even think about it. I pull off the freeway and I go to this look like a desolate, it's, like this kind of that music start playing. And I
Your
open,
sound effects are so on point, by the way.
you're
We need to
welcome.
just record you.
And so I'm pull up and I'm right next to the gas tank and I see that it's got this X on it and it says need to pay inside. And I look in the parking lot and there are all these bugs. They're like
Oh,
huge. And the promoter and exaggerator in me would say it was like a sea of bugs, but that would be exaggerating. So it was like a lot of bugs. If I had to walk to the door, I couldn't walk without stepping on one. There were that many bugs.
that's a sea of bugs to me, and I'm not a promoter. That is disgusting.
It was, and I'm screaming like a little girl. I've got my arms in the air. I'm like tiptoeing through screaming, no, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me. So I finally
it's coming at me.
I make it safely inside, and and I give my lady the lady my credit card. So now I have to go back outside and start the tank, but I still have to go to the bathroom. So I go back as brave across the parking lot again. Don't touch me. And I go inside.
Can I ask why you didn't do that the first time?
I did it every single time.
Okay.
Every time I screamed. Every time.
No. Why you didn't go to the bathroom the first time when you went in to give her the car? Like, you got to be efficient.
Because I had to pay cash. That's why I didn't give her my credit card. I had to pay cash. So I went out, started the tank, came back in to go to the bathroom so I could get my change and then go back out. So minimize the trips. Well, when I went back out to start the tank and came back in, she goes, the tank didn't kick on.
No.
And I'm like, I wanted to say, can you go out and check it for me? So anyways, I went to the bathroom and came back out and saw that it was indeed pumping and it pumped. I had a full tank of gas, braved the parking lot again. So now it's like these bugs know I'm going for my car, because up until this point, they weren't driving towards the car like they did my last trek across the parking lot. So I go across the parking lot and it's like the music, like some kind of serious music's going on. I don't know what it was. And I'm walking towards my car and the bugs are moving towards my car. And I'm like, this is a serious time here. I cannot get any passengers in this car because I'll
you
crash.
mean the bugs?
I would crash. If a bug got on my leg when I was driving, it wouldn't be safe. So I'm like, okay, God.
At 104, no, especially.
Yeah. And so they're going towards, and they don't care if you try to kick them away. They're just like, yeah, I'm bigger than you. And they're moving towards it. So I'm like, okay. 1, 2, 3, open the door and get in, like the fastest possible. And I just knew there were no passengers and I drove away. After that, I was targeting them on my freeway. I'm like, gotcha. And so I heard I guess they're called Mormon beetles or something. I don't know. But I watched it. This was like some rare occurrence for the volume of bugs to be there this year. And there were not when I was there, thank God, but there was such a large volume of bugs in Nevada at one point that cars were slipping on the freeway because it was so slimy.
No, that's gross. That's horrible.
Yeah. So avoid Nevada in July. Besides, it's hot as you know what. It was like 110.
Oh gosh.
Anyways, so that's my bug story.
Well, thank you for overcoming and making it
through. I'm alive.
You're alive.
Yeah.
Keep Beckie alive.
Yes. Well, then I had to strategically plan my stops on the way back because I had to go back through there.
So they were still there?
Yes, they were diminished.
I would have gone via Alaska or something. I swear I wouldn't have done that again. I wouldn't have.
Yeah. This route takes 12 hours longer. I'm in.
Totally. I love scenery.
Yeah.
Go there. Yeah. Take the long way, except for walking. All right. Well, thank you so much.
This has been so fun.
I appreciate you figuring it out. And we're set to do this again one time.
Yeah.
Sometime. I don't know.
Yes.
You guys give us your feedback. Let us know if you would like us to do lives again if you would join us, because we would really enjoy that for you to jump in the chat and ask us those questions. What are those questions that you want to ask us? And we'll decide I'll decide whether I want to answer. Thank you so much, Beckie. I appreciate you.
Now I get to figure out how to end. Oh, I bet I could click that big red button that says end stream.
Is it a toggle?
No, it's a big red button, end stream.
Okay.
I think that's what I do.
Our number one fan, Jake, said
Yes.
we should go again.
Aw, go Jake. Go Jake.
Go, Jake. Love you, Jake. I'll see you later.
All right.
Love you, Becky.
Love you
Bye.
too. Bye.